Good morning, students. Hi. Today we will give the example. We will study about the example how to pass an array as a parameter to a function. So far we have studied functions, and within that function, when we will cover user-defined data type, then also the user-defined data type will be passed as a parameter. Up to the previous lecture, you have passed primitive type of data type as a parameter, as well as primitive type as a return type. Today we will pass a whole array element within and function as a function parameter. And of course, within the parenthesis, our array will be given as a parameter, and another variable, another primitive type of data type variable can also be given. So for that, we will share the screen where it is being given. So I should share this. It is the prototype of the function, that is it should be written before main to make compiler aware about this fact that the function which is called within main, that is actually defined after main, and the prototype is not being required if the function is defined before main. So this is the prototype. What is the prototype? The sum is the function name and integer is the return type, and within parenthesis I have passed an array. Suppose this has been given in this fashion, the function name, and just open and close parenthesis. Come to the main part. When I am going to this, then this has come that int a, my array name is a with a 10 pocket and an integer type of variable I and s has been given. Then I am demanding from the user how many numbers you have given. Suppose I am giving 10 pockets, so 10 array, and the numbers are given directly. So from the input, user input or from the keyboard, when you have taken your inputs, they have been given to the each and every pocket started from 0 to n minus 1. That is up to n, 10. 10, that means up to 9. 0 to 9, the elements has been stored within that. This is the previous scenario. We know, you know it very well. Then coming to the fact, I have called the function sum. The function, the array name has been given. When you have studied the string array, then you are being familiar with this kind of uh, syntax, that when you have given getS, then the string has been taken as an input, and that moment if the array is named as char s30, then it has been given as a name as s. That means only by giving the name s, the total array is getting passed, as well as it has the basic scenario behind the stage it is going on, that it will take the base address of this array, and one by one from the successive location the pockets elements will be fetched. So by giving this name only, the total array can be fetched. We are being familiar with this kind of syntax. Previously we have studied in string, then we have seen that getS, then we have given only the string name. Similarly, we have given the integer type of array name, that is only a. Then the first pocket array's address will be given, and from that one by one from the 0th pocket to 9, it will be fetched from the successive location. The base address has been taken. So this phenomenon, this syntax is clear to you. Now this function has a return type int. I have written as a prototype, you know very well. Then this return type will be stored within, return value will be stored within s. Then I have written printf, the sum is %s. This can be also written directly, printf, the sum is %d, comma, this function will be called within this sum within bracket a, then parenthesis closed, then semicolon. Anyway, so the sum function will return an integer type of value within s, and that will be printed. Now coming to the function part, user defined function. This is the function body part. The body functions is defined by the user. The name has been given sum. Then the array is passed as an int x open close, a third bracket open, third bracket close, and the return type is also int. And this has been given, the total a element array which has been given via user input, that is taken within x, all are taken, and an extra variable integer type of local variable j and sum has been taken. J comma sum assignment 0 initially. For j assignment 0, this is normally known by each and everybody from for loop execution. You have already studied. Then sum assignment, sum plus x plus j, x plus j, xj, sum plus xj. Xj started with 0, sum 0. So x0 and sum will be added going to that up to the 9th pocket. And ultimately we have got the value as sum. Then I have returned the value as return sum. Just see what I have written, return sum. Then when it is being returned, then it will directly going to S. Then the sum value integer which is returned, that is stored within S, and that will be printed. So how to pass an array? Now it is being clear to you. Now you can also pass a single element array, single element from an array. How? Now if it is an integer type of array, then a single element of an array will be an integer. So it has been written as an int within the prototype. Then sqr, suppose the function user defined function name, and after doing the operation it will return an integer type of value. So the return type is also integer. Now void main is coming. Then inside that int a, I have taken 4 values, 3, 7, 8, 4. Depending on the number taken within the curly brace, it will take the number of pockets. You know very well when the array classes has been done. Then how many pockets this will be decided for int a? 4 pockets will be decided. And according to the 4 pocket, it will get a0 is 3, a1 is 7, a2 is 8, a3 is 4. Now coming to the point, int s, another s variable has been taken, where I will store the returned value from the sqr function. And within sqr function, a single element from this array has been given as a parameter. So a3, which is 4, which is stored in an integer type of array, this is a single element which is a single integer. So I have given an int as a variable. Now it come to this point, sqr3, then it will coming to that part, printf %ds, then it will print the whatever value has been given, that is 4, then 16 will be given as a result. Now coming to the next, the function body part, nothing else. I have given int sqr within int x. So the value of a3, the real value, real parameter is a3, which is being stored within the formal parameter x. So it is now x variable value is 4. A3 ka value has gone to x. So 4 has gone to x. Now within x, 4 value is there. Now I am returning nothing. Return x asterisk x. That means 4 value, 4 into 4, that is 16. 16 is getting returned. 16 is an integer value. So this is going to that integer. 16 has been returned, and this has been stored within S, that will be printed. So 16 will be printed. Simple. So passing a whole array, passing a single element of an array is clear. Now if I want to declare a return type as an array, that is basically not possible. Why not possible? Now you can remember those things when I will write the return statement, then whether I have written key return s comma s2 comma s3, not in that fashion. I have written return a particular thing, then the function has ended. Return is the last statement written within a function. So what can I do to get an array? Already you have got the idea. I can give the base address as a return type, base address as a return value. Then from the base address, one by one, the value can be fetched. So I have taken, so the return type cannot be as an int array. It can be given as an integer asterisk. So a pointer variable can be given as a return type where the base address of the array will be stored. Now, if the array is an integer type of array, then of course the base address will be stored in an integer type of pointer variable, because the value, single element is an integer. So integer's address will be stored in an integer type of variable, pointer variable. If this array is floater, then it will be given to float asterisk. Simple. So int asterisk in print, I have given this. I have taken a variable array static int r, static storage class specifier already given at the lecture. Int r, 5 pockets of elements 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I is an index taken as an integer, started from 0 to 5. I plus plus. What I have done? Nothing. I have done just within ri, I will store ri plus 1. Well, actually it will go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in this fashion only. Then I have returned the r, the name. You are familiar with this fact. If I will return only the array name, then the base address will be getting returned, and the base address will be actually r is an integer type of variable, so this is an integer type of pointer variable. So this is getting matched. Of course, this should be given same. So when I'm coming to the part of main, then I have taken an integer type of variable int asterisk p, where the returned base address will be given. I, p assignment print. Print function will return the base address of r, which will be stored within the address pointer variable p. So now p will locate the particular address which is actually r, where the values are getting as previously 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, after this 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now what I have done, I0, I less than 5, what I have given, %d ampersand asterisk p plus I. The value at address p is the first pocket value that has been changed after this one. That has been changed after this one to 8, to 8, cause 1 has been added. Next 9, going on up to the 5th pocket, up to the last element, it will give the 12 asterisk p plus I. You know the pointer arithmetic has been covered in our previous lecture. So asterisk p is the value at address p. As soon as I will give p plus I, that is asterisk p plus I, value at address p plus I, initially 0, that is asterisk p, value at address p. Then 1, p plus 1, automatically it will go to the next address. It will go to the next address. Next pocket element will be fetched by this one. Value at address p plus 1, that means the next pocket element. By going on, you can fetch the final result, that is which has been given as 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That will be given as a result 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Thanks.